Hey there, everyone, and welcome to the final four of Holiday Lemmings. We're on the last few levels of 1994, and hopefully they will go pretty smoothly. That's not 1993 at all. That's not even the correct difficulty rating. We're down here. We're down here on Polar Expedition, which sounds like it might be one of those that takes a while. No, not that. I get it. See, because it's a Polar Expedition. And seeing as these are situated above steel, I have a feeling we're going to be digging to get rid of them. Will my prediction be borne out? Okay, yeah, well, sort of. It would probably be more expedient to bash through these first couple ones, but... Oh, and we only get... Oh, wow. Oh, shoot, we only get one guy for the... Oh, well, okay, we only get one climber. Okay, but that's not too bad. So let's go ahead and bash through these first couple of ones. And let's have him go ahead and go over the next one, over the top of the next one. So that just keeps everybody just crammed in all nice and neat. Hangling out, that's hanging out and mingling for those of you who doubt my capacity, somewhat rightly, to speak proper English half the time. So now we can just dig through these. So this is like, this is not the hardest polar expedition I've ever had to play. Not the hardest polar expedition I've ever gone on. We should just let him dig through, and once he hits steel, he'll probably move forward. I think he'll just keep on walking to the right, and then he can just do the same thing again. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can just get right back to it. One more round of that, and then we're pretty much golden. And one builder to the X's. So right to there, right ta 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 ta. So let's go ahead and kick that into high gear as well. And we will have you power walk like an old person through the mall to the thing there. And there you go, getting it done every day for your teammates. You are truly a godsend, Mr. Man. And I like how the crowd is walking this way, too. So I was going to say, there is somebody, like, individual who can help out with this, right? Okay, everybody's going to be walking to the right in pretty good time. We have a whole river of people that are together, not separated by the guy taking forever to bash. That is great. That one went... Wow, that one should have been placed a lot earlier, I think. We had a few hard levels yesterday, or levels that were at least like, you know, you actually had to put some effort into them. This seems more like a, what was the difficulty rating for this? Frost? This is definitely more of a frost level for sure. And there we have it, another one in the bag, a pretty easy one in the bag. Hopefully that leads to a less easy level coming up next. Level 14, Rendezvous 2. Which looks suspiciously like a far more simplified version of Rendezvous at the Mountain, which was already a pretty disappointingly easy level to begin with, if you remember it from the original Lemmings and its placement after Save Me, which is, for my money, the hardest level of the original Lemmings. So yes, let's recreate a level that really isn't special in any way and make you save everybody. 65 Lemmings, that's somewhat arbitrary. How can we make it work? So this is just build bash build, and this guy over here is just build bash build. So yeah, this is pretty simple. There is some multitasking to be done here, but overall I'm not terribly worried about it. I'm gonna go ahead and okay, let's see what's going on this side of the map. He's not already turned around. That's good. We do have a few little divots that we can dig in here that I think will help with the keeping guys at bay aspect. And that's going to be right here. Okay, I think that'll keep everybody hemmed in pretty well, and we want to get him started building first. Okay, how deep are you? You're deep enough, I think. Okay, we don't have a whole lot of builders, though, quite honestly, to get the magic done here. But I think it should work out okay as long as I'm able to multitask efficiently. We'll let you drop to here in case I end up hitting right here. That gives you a place to go where you can recover. Okay, and you get to walk over the Christmas tree when you're done. You might have to bash through it, though. There you go. There's you. Now let's focus on you. You're good. Okay, so... Alright, good. I wanted that to happen. I wanted that to happen, and I willed it to happen. And this guy is just kind of... He can walk back and forth, actually, for right now. So we can focus exclusively on this guy. Okay, there we go. That's good. I was kind of worried about how quickly you were falling. If it would be easy to get builder frames going on you. So let's go ahead then, and... Alright, you're going to... You need to bash right now, because, yeah... Don't want you turning around. That would be bad. We want to kind of conserve builders. Although, we may be able to just bash everybody out. So I don't think it'll be like the most horrific deal in the world. And you can just walk over the mountain here. Yes, this is a very... I'm talking very simplified version of Rendezvous at the Mountain. Nice homage, but honestly... Honestly, as far as actual difficulty and puzzle solving, just like Rendezvous at the Mountain, this just kind of sucks. This level would have been more accurately called Rendezvous Junior, I think. How is that happening? Why am I choosing now to question the gravity of the Lemmings universe with that big honking thing of steel going there? Oh, and you guys can actually set yourselves free now, so that's good. Why don't y'all go out that way, and now I can focus more on this gentleman over here. Don't really see why we needed 9 minutes to do this, and I think actually mining might help here. I think mining might be a stronger strategy. Maybe not, though, because... Okay, yeah, now I should just bash. I want to be able to get up to this thing. Going all the way down would probably be a pain as far as building and stuff. And clear! We are good to go, and they're making their way out. Okay, so this one shouldn't actually be too terrible. I'm pretty glad of that. Alright, let's go ahead. 2 more bridges for you, and then 2 more bridges, and then another bash out ought to be ideal. Not quite yet, because they might escape over land somewhere at some point. Why don't you just keep going the way you're going? Yeah, I want to be a little more careful. I almost sent them out really early, and I forgot we still had this bit of building to do after this one. This one should end on a more or less perfect note. So that makes me real happy. That makes me happy that worked out as well as it did. And now I have 5 builders to... Yeah, because it just touches so gently on that piece of land there. Could not have gotten that more perfect. Now we want to come from about right here, I think. Anywhere from here is just going to get really ugly. So, we don't want that happening. We don't want any ugliness. We don't want any ugliness or acrimony in our holiday. We want things to go as smoothly as possible. I think now is a good time probably to let them out. That's probably... yeah, that's probably ideal. He only has to build 2 more bridges, and they still have quite a bit of walking to do. Okay, yeah, that got separated out. Kind of weird, but I'm okay with it overall. And I can end early with a basher right here. I can end this bridge early. And yes, the rendezvous is complete. Everybody who RSVP'd showed up. We had exactly as much food as we needed for catering purposes, and everything just worked out really well. Mazel tov to you, Lemmings. Let's get you to the exit very quickly here. Let's speed that up now that we know we're assured of victory. I like the wrinkle of having to save 100%. That's become par for the course for these holiday levels, but imagine having to have done that in the original rendezvous. That actually would have probably made it kind of difficult. Level 15, Steel Block Party. The best kind of block party. Way better than those psychic block parties down the road where all they do is just bend spoons all day. 60 Lemmings. Gotta save all of them. Once again, I should have guessed that. Let's not go. Let's take a minute to... We only have 1 basher. And he's gonna hit steel, so... I think I had... There's kind of a method for this. Well, no, not really. We should probably have a guy just climb and see how that works. Yeah, only 1 climber, so that's not good. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can dig like right up on the surface here. That is not a legal maneuver. I should have figured, but you know, with these DOS physics, you gotta try funky things like that sometimes. Okay, so maybe the climber does need to go over the top. And maybe they need to meet at a point. Because the basher is obviously, well, we gotta save 100%. So this isn't going to really work in the long term to use a blocker. And you can't put him on the steel for sure. You got to save everybody. So we kind of have to get a dip going here. I think I know how to accomplish that, actually. Let's go ahead and get that happening. We have 4 builders, too. So we want now to have... Let's go ahead and have a walker dig on top of him. That's going to make him dip just slightly. Alright, and then let's have the builder. Okay, I think that'll get him low enough. I want him to do it again. Okay, yeah. This time it's safe. So let's go ahead and let's get him doing that. Okay, and now we can probably go from like here without... I was going to say without repercussions, but that's bad. Okay, no. Okay, yeah, that was a bad build right there. But that got him under that. You see the idea though. That got him under the steel. So I just need to do a little bit of a better building job with these guys. All right, this time let's try it from like right here with this guy. So I feel a little more confident putting up guys from here. Yeah, there we go. Much better. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it, honestly. I have the advantage of being able to choose walkers with the Super Limb Mini Cursor. So I do have that advantage. So I don't think that's how you're really supposed to do it. But man, it sure makes it easy to do it that way, for sure. So let's go on to the last level now. Let's just avoid the bouncing snowman up top. And not even bother using our climber at all. I thought the climber might play into it, but the way Super Limb Mini works, I was able to kind of fudge that one. Last level now. Let's see what it has to throw at us. Peak of performance. This is the peak we're going to be performing at right here. 10 Lemmings, gotta save all of them. Oof. I have a feeling we're not going to get 10 floaters, though. Let's start it anyway. Let's see what we... Now we get 15 floaters for 10 Lemmings. Great. That means we just have to make them all float and then build. Ha ha ha! And you thought Rendezvous at the Mountain was a disappointing final level. Let's go, I guess. Let's slow these guys down by making them... We're not going to make this guy a floater just yet. That'll probably give him all the stalling time he needs, I imagine, because that's a pretty small pit to have to build over. Okay, and then you get to be a floater right at the bottom of your fall. That makes your fall faster. And there, we have been loaded up with far more than is necessary to survive. Very good, I'm glad. So now he's just like right behind him. So now we can do something really stupid if we are that interested in letting him stall more. We can just make him bash. See, that puts a lot more distance between him and his little friend there. So I'm going to build from, like, right here. And that looks like it's going to be it. Congratulations, Uncle Roundy. You have beaten Holiday Lemmings. How do you feel? Not like a particularly challenged individual. Some levels were alright on their own, individually. But overall, this is a pretty, as far as actual puzzle solving, this is a pretty weak pack. Although I can see it on account of its holiday status. You know, when you're making something holiday, you just want to make it fun for everybody. You just want to make everybody not really use their brain too much. And you just kind of want to sit back and, you know, kind of let things take hold in their own way. So I can kind of see why they were easy. Of course, that disappoints the insatiable puzzle master in me. But, you know, overall, I can see it and I'm okay with it. We got to play a lot of snow levels. We probably all had our fill of the snow level pack by now. So that's enough of that. And that is Holiday Lemmings in a nutshell. We will try to look at more of these packs probably in future. Well, we only really have the Kovacs Lemmings pack and the Lemmings companion levels. I don't know how many levels are in them. We'll try to take a look at those sometime. But we do have a lot more, what's its face? We do have a lot more custom projects on the horizon. We've got Moby Limbs to finish. We've got one sort of different Lemmings thing to look at after that. I eventually want to get around to Fran Limbs by Dodo Chicalo. You know, there's a lot in the Lemmings queue, and there is a lot of fun still to be had with Lemmings. We'll get our challenge elsewhere. This was just kind of a fun thing that I wanted to show off at the appropriate time of year, and I'm glad I was able to do it, and I'm glad I was able to upload it consistently so that it could be finished. And we will return to Super Lim Mini in the future to play like those Kovacs levels and those Lemmings companion levels. We'll be returning to Super Lim Mini, especially if people make custom level packs that rely on Super Lim Mini physics. You know, that's a good way to get us to return to that in the future as well. But for now, we will say ta-ta to Holiday Lemmings. We have explored all of the holiday lemminging that we can, that was made officially, and maybe there's even a custom Christmas pack out there to be explored someday that's much harder than this, that's more on the level that, we're used to seeing around here on Round the Wheel Industries, a limited liability company. I will see you guys later on, and we will resume normal programming just as soon as I can get around to that.